Hi, I'm Paul.
And I'm Numbert.
And you're watching Battle Gamer News.
Today we're reviewing the single-player campaign of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. For our review of Spec Ops and multiplayer, click here. The campaign to Modern Warfare 2 is definitely solid and well made, but does it live up to the hype? Short answer, kinda.
There's one thing you need to know about the Modern Warfare 2 campaign. It's really short. It only took us about 6 hours to get all the way through.
You can tell they were trying to make the campaign contain as many epic moments as possible in such a short amount of time.
Unfortunately, they overshot their mark, and you end up being desensitized to the massive scale fights or chases, and they end up being the norm.
To their credit, however, the epic scale of the fights isn't just an illusion. Most of the maps are huge, and although the game is linear, you can go about doing the levels however you want.
The story is just as convoluted as the last game, and throughout the game, you'll be switching through various soldiers on all fronts of the war.
Because of this, the plot gets a little twisted and it's usually pretty hard to tell what's going on.
The basic story is that a Russian terrorist group instigated a war between the USA and Russia, and it's your mission to defend the US and bring the truth to light.
There's so many twists and betrayals that it ends up being a little too crazy to follow.
Although the story may have suffered, switching between various members of the army allows for the game to have missions in several exotic locations.
There are missions in frozen eastern Russia, a ruined Washington DC, the Middle East, and South America.
Equally as varied are the mission types. Most of the missions are your standard run and gun style, but there are also defense missions, stealth missions, and a few driving levels thrown in for good measure.
The graphics are what you would expect from a big budget game, with good character models, tight animations, and some truly amazing sweeping vistas.
There were some sketchy visuals on the underwater level, and in a few other instances, but for the most part it looks pretty cool.
As you would expect, there are a whole host of new weapons and attachments to use.
Most of the guns are just variations of the old ones, but there are some cool new things like thermal weapons and an auto shotgun.
After you beat the campaign, there's a cool new area you unlocked called the Museum, in which you can see museum exhibits dedicated to each of the missions, but you can also bring the characters to life and fight them in Night at the Museum style.
Ultimately, the game is a proficient shooter, but it's not really good in any specific areas. Luckily, there's still the special ops and the multiplayer mode, which is honestly why most people are going to buy it. We're giving the campaign for Modern Warfare 2 a good but slightly disappointing 8.5 out of 10.
Thanks for watching Battle Gamer News. Subscribe and check back every week for more game reviews.